Welcome to Capital News Alert. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly continues to make countless promises of clearing the city of filth, yet nothing seems to be happening. The city has become more filthier than before. Waste generated are left uncollected for several days. Yet another promise has been made by the authorities concerned. The AMA says a deal with an American company will help rid the city of filth. Samuel Kodo, the Waste Management Director of AMA, is optimistic that the deal will clean up Accra as waste generated will be recycled.
The Conti project is bringing in brand new refuse trucks together with the project, because after dredging the lagoon, there must be a system that should prevent waste from getting into the lagoon again. That is the sustainability. They are bringing refuse bins, which is crucial. That is where you have to store the waste before you make it available. They are bringing bins, they are bringing the trucks, and they are bringing machines to be used at the constructed landfill site. It is starting this year. We are yet, the contract has been signed. You say it, but there are a few hitches that will be patched up, and then the project will start this year. Where the Kunti project, I think, is American-oriented project. They started they did the initial work there. You find they have dredged the Korle Lagoon, partially opposite the mortuary. You find their machines there, because there are some hitches. They are yet to come back and start the project. And when we see light to that project, these challenges will not be there.
April 25th every year is observed as World Malaria Day. It is used to raise awareness about the need to keep clean environment in order to avoid breeding the female Anopheles mosquito in stagnant waters. It is estimated that 660,000 people die annually from malaria, with 90% coming from Africa. The current economic challenges seem to be compelling people to put their lives at risk. One practice that seems to be entrenching itself in the city is hawking along the highways. This practice has taken root so much so that it has actually become a competition among the hawkers. They risk their life chasing vehicles, especially in moving traffic, just to sell whatever they are dealing in to consumers. The AMA has raised issues warning hawkers off the highways, but this has fallen on deaf ears. However, the question is, how is the AMA enforcing the directive of these hawkers putting a stop to the practice? Or are they waiting for a major disaster where a car could run over one before taking an action? A phenomenon seems to be emerging in our basic schools, where foreign poems and rhymes are preferred over our own indigenous Ghanaian poems. An educationist, Dr. Mauli Ajay, is not enthused at all about the situation. He thinks that some conscious effort must be made to revert such a situation. Dr. Ajay tells Capital News that poetry, which gives an identity to people as part of their culture, should be introduced as part of the academic curricula of basic schools in Ghana.
Poetry is a universal language. It is a way in which any culture expresses its deepest feelings through words, through creativity, through imagination, through art. And every society is artistic. So if you're talking about Ghanaian poetry, it is only a sense in which Ghanaians are expressing themselves artistically, springing from the Ghanaian experience, Ghanaian culture, Ghanaian aesthetic. The nursery rhymes, what I have, against them is that they are culturally inappropriate. Because when we were young, blah, blah, black sheep and all those things, they were rhymes derived from a certain culture But we do have our own forms of poetry that should be taught in schools from the basic level. And the only thing that is inhibiting the development of a poetic culture at a school level is the way in which we ourselves have mystified poetry, as if it is something that is not for the ordinary person or the ordinary child. I think we should be devoting more time to the teaching of poetry, basic poetic, expressions, teaching children to be creative, teaching children to write small, poems, short poems at their own level, try to project their imagination or their creativity in poetic language. I don't think much of that is going on.
Dr. Mawuli Adjei, together with other poetry enthusiasts, are leading a crusade to get audience for Ghanaian written poems. A Ghana Poetry Festival is the first project the enthusiasts are planning to launch. And now in sports.
Olise. Oh my word! Nigeria in front for the first time, and how?
You are capable of winning the World Cup only if you get your act together, so says former Nigerian captain Sunday Olise to Africa. He says poor and late preparation remain the bane of Africa's success at the World Cup. Sunday Olise, who is a member of FIFA's study group, believes that his native Nigerian team will do well at Brazil 2014. The best performance from the African continent has been a quarter-final appearance, the latest being the 2010 tournament in South Africa, where Ghana was knocked out by Uruguay. As concerns are raised over the readiness of Brazil to host the World Cup, FIFA President Sepp Blatter says there shouldn't be any worries. The FIFA boss believes that no single country has had everything ready on time, adding that all World Cups have delays. He told soccer fans in Hong Kong that they should be optimistic, since FIFA itself is optimistic about the Brazil tournament. Brazil's World Cup has been plagued by delays to stadium and infrastructural projects and a sizable public opposition to investing in the tournament rather than basic services.
That ends News Alert on Capital Television.